Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Inside Lowell Daily Pulse, the live Friday edition of the Daily Pulse. I'm your host, Teddy Panos, coming here from the WellPoint Studios here in downtown Lowell on this Friday morning, March 27th, 2026. We thank you all for being here. Tell all your friends about the show. Get involved with the show because we got lots of good stuff happening today, and who better to entertain you with over the next hour or so than my two lovely co-hosts on today's Daily Pulse. You see our favorite former Massachusetts state trooper, the only one who's not in prison or fighting to save her pension.
I haven't needed an attorney in a while.
Is Leslie Boder is in the house. What's up, Leslie?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of my screenshot for the show. Anyway,
you never liked the picture I selected of you to promote the show.
I take a shit photo.
That was a great photo. You looked statuesque. Where were you? You looked like Beacon Street, my old stomping grounds
right at Beacon Hill. Right at
of
Beacon
Emerson
Hill,
College. Yeah.
Looking and perusing the pack. What the hell?
If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the Inside Lowell Facebook page and you'll see the photo of Leslie.
I encourage you to.
You'll also see the duck face photo of the fabulous Lindsay, who's also here with us. Hi, Lindsay.
Hey.
How are you?
It's
great.
I'm excited to have you here. Although you're going to leave us a little early today, so when folks see that chair get empty about 10, 15 minutes before the end of the show, you have an important meeting. You have a real life besides this, so
exciting.
We'll carry on without you. We'll trudge on without you, and we'll try to do the best. I'll try to do my best to read any feedback that comes in on the Pulse line, okay?
Yeah, you do that.
All right. Hey, I said the Pulse line. We're going to tell you about that in a quick second. Let me first tell you about our sponsors here. Our Daily Pulse sponsor is Ray Booten. He is a licensed realtor in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. He is a certified appraiser in both states as well. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, a business, or a commercial property, reach out to Ray Booten today. You can find him easily enough online, realestaterayBooten.com. That's realestaterayBooten.com. I also want to thank our friends at WellPoint for hosting us here in the WellPoint Studios. It is the only health plan offering healthcare benefits exclusively to Massachusetts GIC members at WellPoint. Your whole health is their whole point. And by the way, for those insured under the GIC program here, if you're a municipal worker in any of the 351 cities or towns, a county, or for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the GIC open enrollment period kicks off April 1st. No fooling. April 1st to May 1st. So if you're not a WellPoint member, look into them. Just look into them. I promise you, you won't be sorry. If you already are a WellPoint member, but your life has changed, perhaps your family has grown, you've got kids, perhaps your family has shrunk, your kids finally turned 26 and got the hell out of your basement. Either way, this is your month where you can also adjust to a different plan that's more advantageous to you. So check them out, WellPoint. Trust me, you will not be sorry. And of course, if it is the live show, and this graphic keeps telling me it is the Daily Pulse Live, well then, you can text us on the Shaw Farm Pulse line. That's right, just text 978-PULSE-IN. That's 978-785-7346. And our friends at Shaw Farm will deliver your feedback from wherever you're watching straight to our studios, just like Shaw Farm Home Delivery is now delivering their farm fresh goodness straight from their family farm to your front door. Learn more online at shawfarm.com. So thank you to those sponsors. We've got some other sponsors. You'll see their little logos scrolling across the screen there. We'll give all of them a little shout out in a little bit, but we're going to get right down to it. We got so much to talk about, but I do want to start with something special. You remember, it was actually 2 weeks ago. You ladies were both here, were you not?
Yes.
When I came in, kind of dressed up.
Yes.
Oh,
and and you're wondering who died and why, if I was going to a funeral. And I told you that I was reading to a second grade class at the Lowell Community Charter Public School.
That's correct.
And this week, I got a nice one of those little packages, a manila envelope with a thank you note and some letters from the kids. Let me call it this Kim here, but they wrote me a bunch. Every single poor kid in that class.
They made it a puzzle.
Had to write some complete stranger, a complete nobody a thank you note for coming and reading to them. Some of them
origami.
turned them into, we got little sailboats or hats. I got a couple of those. I got some really personalized messages here, and I wanted to kind of just share a little bit of them. I also got this nice little thank you note from the community charter school. So Bob Gignac, Nicholas Leonardo, everybody out there at the Lowell Community Charter School, you guys know how to do things right. And every single one of these notes thanked me for coming in, for reading to them, and then inviting me to come back next year. I think the teacher forced them to say that.
Well, I see the teacher note. Where are the kid notes?
Yeah, I'm gonna open up one of these little boats here and read it. But dear Mr. Panos, thank you for visiting LCCPS and reading to our class. What I liked about the book was the recipe. I hope to see you next year. In the book, I remember it was about donuts.
Yes,
delicious donuts or something, and they gave the recipe of it.
This one is fabulous.
This Samantha, you rock.
Yeah.
You rock, Samantha. Look at that. I mean,
those are donuts. With sprinkles.
Thank you for the Magic Treehouse book.
Yeah, I gifted the class the Magic Treehouse series. So Samantha, personalize the note here.
Wow.
Yeah, have a great
I loved
day.
Magic Treehouse. That's nice you gave them that.
Yes.
So many others. There was one here who started writing, but then so there's the first one. Then started on the back page, but ran out of time. Said, "I saw you at Athenian Corner at the Greek restaurant, and then I liked the way that you, and then ran out of time. I'm not sure what I did."
That's where he fell asleep.
I like the way that you. I'm not gonna finish that.
A little bit of mystery. What was I doing? Was I harassing people?
Those
was I
hips don't lie to me.
serving a flaming?
You weren't giving enough
Jesus?
tzatziki.
Maybe that's what it is.
Or
but-
advice.
but-
Come on in.
but hey,
Bars open.
to
Teddy and Yanni Advice Center.
to the second graders at Lowell Community
That's
Charter
awesome.
Public School. This
That
is
really
awesome.
is.
I'm going to put this in my little keepsake drawer, and we'll pull that out every now and then because I like to. It's nice. It's nice for
Yeah.
these kids to do. They were also appreciative when I was in there anyway.
Yeah, they
So
don't
it
do
was
that at
kinda
the high
cool.
school. I'll tell you that. No. Although the writing was reminiscent of some I've seen.
They may not spell as well.
No, no, but we've got some crayon users over there.
But things are getting better. Just the superintendent of schools was here to tell us that
Yes,
just the other
yes.
day. As a
Yeah,
matter
do
of
they
fact.
behave better?
At the high school, they unlearned that somewhere.
So that's disappointing.
They unlearn
Yeah.
good behavior.
Yeah,
somewhere?
there's no thank you notes coming my way. Maybe a mark on my back with a footprint, but that's it.
Death threats come your way.
I was sweating yesterday.
Were you really?
Yeah, because they give them 5 seconds to get to the bus. And this little gentleman, so adorable, opened the door. And I'm saying, I just said no.
The bus driver?
No, the door to the classroom so we could get to the bus with 20 other kids. And I said, no, not opening the door. Open the door. I go, no, I'm not opening the door. And he started to move up on me. And
Was the class over yet?
yeah, everybody was standing right there. He wants that door open. And I said, I can't. I have to let you out at this time. So he took a stopwatch and put it in my face. And I watched it 60 seconds click down till the
Wait,
bell
what
rang.
a jerk.
The bell, yeah. But see, I don't know who he is. And I don't know their names.
He's not supposed to have a cell phone, is he? Or had you already given them back?
They were waiting to get to their buses. But I said, I went to this high school. They give you 5 seconds to get to the bus. They clear out the downtown for a reason. They don't want us meandering. And I can't let you out and your 20 kids behind you. It's like I'd let you use your phone and no one else can. And they all watch you entertain yourself. I said, this is a team.
Are you the substitute teacher that cares, that actually follows the rules?
I do.
It's no
Yes.
free-for-all when
No.
Miss Boder is
No, and I had to raise
subbing?
my voice a little bit.
What classes do you generally sub in?
Anything that they'll take
History,
me, anything.
calculus?
I've done everything.
Really?
Yeah, I've done all of it. Even the special education. I did a day there. That's
Is that department
Yeoman's work
surviving
there.
without our city councilor? Are they?
yes, he was across the hall.
Yeah.
He was across the hall when I was at the special.
Are you going to replace them
Education.
potentially?
No, I don't have
No?
the personality and
No.
quirkiness. No, I like to sit in my seat when I'm at a meeting.
Ouch.
I don't like to go up to the podium.
No, as a teacher, you're allowed to stand up at your
At a
desk, aren't
podium.
you?
I guess maybe he
Yeah.
forgot where he was. thought he was
Maybe
in
thought he was in the
class.
classroom. There you go.
Anyway, quirkiness.
Yeah. All right. So again, thank you to the charter school. So we got so much to talk about today. We always, of course, on Friday we do our week in review. So any news, headlines, or anything we discussed here on Inside Lowell, happy to share with you two. Happy to share with our audience out there. Remember, you can text us on the Pulse line. Text 978 Pulse in 978-785-7346. And what better way, gang, to kick off our week in review than with, we need a sponsor for this segment, by the way, on the live show, with our first Pulse line comment. It comes in from our good friend 𝐿 Deep, who always kind of reviews our week.
That's awesome.
What?
He's my Cliff Notes.
He summarizes for us. So what do we got?
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Hold on a second.
Good morning and happy Friday to everyone.
Happy Friday,
Before I
𝐿.
dive straight into a few interesting facts or things, thank you, Teddy, for asking my question during your conversation you had with Superintendent Skinner and former Mayor Samras. I look forward
It was a great question, by the way, so I had to ask it.
Samaras.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Greek.
I look forward to that big announcement of what will happen to the existing Freshman Academy building in the coming months. With that being said, here are a few things you may or may not know. First and foremost, this past Tuesday, March 24th, 2026, marked the 20th anniversary of the first episode of Hannah Montana, which happened to broadcast back on March 24th, 2006.
Wait, Hannah Montana was only
It's
20 years ago? That seems like a lifetime ago, right?
For her.
Yeah, like she underwent a bunch of things, right? That she
Grinding. And
She went from Hannah Montana to the Wrecking Ball stage,
Wrecking Ball.
really quickly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, that was when she was probably like 24, 25.
So
yeah.
only 2000. Why would I think that would be like the 90s or something?
No, I was 6 years
So
old.
you
for
remember
that.
the Hannah Montana?
Oh, yeah, I
stage.
watched the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay.
The special episode was an interview, in-depth interview with Miley Cyrus, who's portrayed as the main character in the TV show. Secondly, Michaela Schifrin won her 6th overall Ski Alpine World Cup trophy and her 9th.
Is she going to the White House?
I don't know.
She's a woman. He didn't invite her.
Slalom Ski Alpine
Slalom, yeah.
She's the
Alpine
best ever.
World Cup trophy.
Okay.
Ever in history.
Nice.
She's won the most.
Trophies are awarded to those that earn the most points of all of the ski alpine events during the ski alpine season. Lastly, Hope Roberts, a 19-year-old from Bedford, United Kingdom, holds a Guinness World Record for having, oh my God, 877 jellycats in her possession.
What?
Do you know what that means?
Had 877
Jellycats?
What's a jelly cat?
I don't know what a
Oh my
jelly
God,
cat is.
let me educate
Are these
you.
little ones?
No, jellycats are stuffed animals that
Thank
are
you.
made in London, and they're like made out of London, but they're like so soft and they're so amazing. But they used to sell them in the paper stores, so my sister like was obsessed with having them, like collecting them. But they're really expensive because they're from London, but they're like really nice stuffed animals. But then
really?
paper stores stopped selling them, or they're trying not to collaborate with them anymore. But in Ireland, I got an exclusive one that was only sold in Ireland. You
That's
could only get it
great.
there.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But that's cool. But
Look at that. See, he tied it into your trip
Yeah.
to Ireland.
With that being said, a question for everyone. If you were to write a book on anything, what would that book be about, and what genre would it be, and what would you title it? That's a good question.
Dogma.
Boulder? Tales from a state cruise?
No, I'm more curious in the big picture in the big book.
Okay.
I'd like to find out more about how that came about.
The Bible?
The Bible.
Really?
Yeah, gotta go way back.
Okay. Liz?
I would write a book exposing a friendship I had with a girl for 8 years and the history of her and her family.
You would
Oh,
expose the
fabulous.
girl?
Yeah, I would expose her and her family.
I think I'd narrow it down to the search for Mary Magdalene and that Jesus had a
that?
wife.
Okay.
Oh wait, you mean in that? I thought you meant like in your personal life.
No, I don't. I've never opened a Bible in my life. And I'm a confirmed Catholic.
It would burn
Oh,
if she ever put her hands on it. So,
You mean like actually in that perspective of like reading the Bible?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay.
I thought they were a bunch of pamphlets put together as ideas.
No, it's like an actual book.
Yeah, no.
at one time, it probably a bunch of scrolls that
That's what they were.
they put into a collector's edition.
Well, remember, there weren't 10 commandments. There were 20.
he dropped,
And he
dropped
dropped
one
one.
of the
He goes,
tablets.
I have
with the
20
other tab-
commandments. And he dropped a tablet, Mel Brooks. 10 commandments. 10 of them broke, and he couldn't read them anymore.
Hey guys, what am I missing?
You're just.
I'm sorry.
It's the generational gap.
Yeah, sorry.
There was the movie Moses, the 10-day spectacle that it felt like it lasted for the 10 Commandments.
Oh, I'm like
Moses comes out from behind the burning bush.
Mel Brooks does satire, did a skit with Moses coming down with 2 tablets, 10 commandments on each, and he dropped one. Look, I bring you 20 commandments.
I thought you were trying to say that happened in the Bible, and
no, it might have. Who knows? Maybe Moses
might have been
dropped
20,
but it didn't.
But
I read.
maybe the burning bush, melted it or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
That's a great stripping name.
Anyway, answer the question, Teddy, about your book.
What the hell would I write a book of? Probably Lowell.
Okay.
I would maybe like the untold stories of Lowell.
Okay.
Good
Or the
one.
ones I might tell on Inside Lowell in a couple of years once I've accomplished
What if you did an
what I want to
expose?
accomplish. That's what I'm thinking. Because I expose some of the hypocrites out there
Yeah.
in our community. But that we may do some of that over the next
today.
45 minutes as well. But I just noticed on the Shaw Farm Pulse line some feedback from one of my regulars from back in the radio days, Malicious Shay.
I saw that.
Oh, hi, Malicious. How are you? Nice to hear from you
Malicious,
again.
that's great.
What does she have to say for us, Lindsay?
I'm sure those letters are kinder than our usual feedback. When I saw letters, I was hoping Malicious Shay had written from her cell, or Pam Smart for me. By the way, it was fun doing a show with Leslie last week.
Oh, that was actually from Batch. I thought it was from Malicious Shay. He was only referencing
Shay
Malicious
is what I meant
Shay.
to say.
Okay, he was referencing Malicious Shay. I thought it was from Malicious
No,
Shay. Malicious, we miss you. You need to chime on in. So.
Miss Malicious. I don't remember her.
Oh yeah, there was a teacher in Lowell. I don't think she's with us anymore. Marissa Shea.
Oh,
she's one of those that used to rappel down from the bridges to stop the coal trains.
There was some.
She was Lowell's Greta Thunberg.
She put in pamphlets one day.
A 14-year-old kid actually, beat her out for leading the climate movement. So I don't know what hole she
He
crawled
was
back
a He
into.
called me a mean old white lady.
We did. Yeah, we had a kid call Leslie a mean old white lady on the radio show one day, which was great.
He was like he used the tape of that every day after.
Mean old white lady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Well, I
had
called him
laughs
out.
with that
He
one.
wanted to do a Black Lives Matter thing at the Lowell Police Department where the memorial is for the passed on officers, line of duty officers, and I was against that.
And then they called you a mean old
He called me a mean old white lady.
On the radio.
Yeah.
And we saved the clip. And
And
we kept,
he just hit me with it all the time.
my producer kept playing it every time Leslie got cranky on the show,
You're a mean old white lady.
which was often.
I'm dead.
So, hey, speaking of cranky ladies, I have to tell you about my night last night before I talk about some cranky ladies and gentlemen out there as well. But last night, as you know, all this year, the city of Lowell is celebrating its 200th anniversary, its bicentennial, coincidentally as America celebrates its 250th. So
Yes.
kind of a cool little thing. And they got all sorts of things lined up the entire year. It started with the Cake Boss coming at Winterfest.
That was awesome.
And continued last night with a special bicentennial concert featuring country star Lee Brice.
Right.
Who, by the way, for those who don't know, because you didn't go there, you morons, and because you hate yourselves. But I digress for a second.
And good music.
Lee Brice performed in Lowell 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
When he was a nobody, a
Not at the
relative nobody or nothing. I believe it was at Brian's Ivy Hall.
Okay.
Because he thanked from the stage Kevin Hayhurst, who owned Brian's Ivy Hall.
Wow.
And he talked about, I got my start here. And he was there with his brother and they performed. And I'm not a country fan.
No, yeah.
I'm not,
I don't know who he is, yeah.
The songs are good. He's talented.
Yeah.
His brother was talented that performed some opening acts. But it was a fun night. And and throughout the night, they were showing videos of Lowell and its history, one narrated by former Senator Steve Panagiotakis that I've asked for. And I will publish it on Inside Lowell so everybody can see it. Because it really was kind of cool. And I love Steve. He's the greatest speaker and writer that we have in our city. And for him to narrate it, I could tell he wrote it.
Yeah,
So
of course.
he narrated it. But I had the pleasure of getting invited. I sat at the 𝐒𝐷𝐿 Foundation table.
He wasn't invite only?
I sat at it. So they had like a reception with like
Table.
lots of good food.
Yeah.
A seafood station, sushi and shrimp.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and lobster tails, which I got there too late for, but a carving station and a deliciously catered meal. And they also had a meet and greet. You could go, if you got there early enough, you could go get your photo taken with Lee Bryce. So thanks to the generosity of George 𝐒𝐿 and the 𝐒𝐿 Foundation,
Yeah.
allowing me to sit at their table, the missus and I got to go there. So we got our picture taken.
You gotta know somebody, literally.
with a guy who I have never met.
Who's leaning closer to her than you are.
He made sure to ask for Riley's name.
Riley looks great.
I said, oh, by the way, I'm Teddy. I'm her husband.
Stop.
Look at the lean in.
And
He's into it.
And he I think he might have asked for. I heard like some numbers being exchanged. I didn't hear all 7 of them, but I don't know. He said something to her.
Teddy, you got to
know.
fight for that last number.
But he was joking about being in flip flops. He's like, I'm a country guy. I'm a flip flop kind of guy.
Oh, wow.
But he did put the country boots on. You'll be glad to know.
Okay, cool.
But he was nice. He took the time. He asked us our names and
great.
talked to us for a little bit, and we got our photo, and then we went off on our merry way, and
That's a
then
great photo.
enjoyed the rest of the evening, which also included a salute to our veterans. There was a great video that showed those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, those currently serving, some young gentlemen who I reckon, Justin Ford's picture was in there, former Lowell City Council candidate, 𝐿𝐶𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐞 who is, I think, currently still in the military. They showed like a wide range of stuff, and they had a fife and drum display.
Love that.
It was touching. There was great music. There was great everything. So to the folks out there who could have gone and didn't go because they didn't sell tickets. They gave them all the way. All of them were given away for free, by the way. The sponsors had their tables with the meal, but afterwards they opened the doors and it was free tickets for.
Oh, wow.
They gave them to all these youth organizations and all these other nonprofit organizations in Lowell. Some who graciously accepted, and you had some really young people in there who loved. You could tell they knew the Lee Bryce music. They were clapping, they were dancing, they were singing along. Unlike me, who didn't know any of it. But there were others who, who said, now, thank you, but no thank you. We don't want to be there because you invited the guy, a country guy who appeared on the Turning Point USA alternative halftime show at the Super Bowl. That's
embarrassing.
So the folks who everything is politics. Yeah. We can't just celebrate our city.
Yeah.
We can't just celebrate the 200th anniversary of our city and the 250th anniversary of our country. Yeah. We're not going because we don't like your choice in stars. And we're going to try to get you to cancel them. By the way.
Oh, see that?
There was a movement of that.
That's crazy.
And folks posting along on Facebook and whatnot. But the thing that really bothers me, again, if you don't know Lee Bryce or like Lee Bryce, I'm kind of with you. The music was okay. It's either, again, he's very talented.
Yeah, it didn't hurt. Yeah.
Country's not my cup of tea. I get it. Don't go. I'm not a Bruce Springsteen fan. Hell, I don't really like Bad Bunny. But if they had brought Springsteen or Bad Bunny or anybody else to celebrate the 200th anniversary of our city, any big name star, I'd go. You know why? Because I actually love Lowell more than I hate my political enemies. Okay?
Me too.
But what really bothers me is I know you'll all be okay. All of you haters, you got your No Kings rally this weekend, right? You'll all be there and you can all cuddle together and you have yourselves heard and whatnot. You'll be okay. But what really does bother me is the people that you look down on who were there last night to celebrate and sponsored the event, like because some of the Facebook posts, I want to know who the organizing committee is.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. People were being shamed for showing up for something.
There was some of that. Yep, there were people that I want to know who the organizing committee is who made this decision. Well, do you know who the organizing committee was?
Who?
State Senator Steve Panagiotakis, who's done more for Lowell and you ungrateful, unknowing, ignorant doofuses than you will ever imagine. A woman named Sheila Mahoney, who has has given more to the nonprofit world than you will ever imagine, and never once asked for public promotion, and might just be mad that I just said any of that. But think of any local organization that all you haters, because I know you're all in bed with these nonprofits. Hell, most of you rely on your paycheck, on them for your paycheck. But Sheila Mahoney and people like her have given money to food banks, to youth organizations, to youth leadership conferences, to recovery homes for young women in addiction, to housing organizations. These are the people that make this city tick, and either unbeknownst to you, or you're so hateful that you don't care, even though you know it, they are the ones that keep your organization afloat. So when you are upset because people celebrated with Lee Bryce, please know that I know you also come to those same people who made Lee Bryce happen and sponsored the event with your hands up, like the high-class panhandlers you are. You're no different than the people up on the Lord Overpass holding your signs, please help me, veteran, blah, blah. You're a panhandler. You're a glorified panhandler. Some of you with a six-figure salary, some of you with a $30,000 a year payroll that because you wasted your college years getting indoctrinated by the Chinese Communist Party and getting a degree that doesn't allow you to get a job other than with one of these organizations that makes you a community organizer. But just so you know, these are the same people, the people you're criticizing and want to criticize. You want to know who they are? They're the same ones who fund you and your event. And the people you say you're trying to help, right? The hungry, the homeless, the disadvantaged, those struggling with addiction, right? And I know, you siphon some of that money off for your paycheck. I know, I see your salaries. I see your six-figure salaries. I know all this. So I see it all. The $30,000 a year ones, I feel bad for you. You got screwed by college and the Chinese Communist Party. I regret it. But you come and you ask for money from the same people that you then turn around and criticize because you don't like with their politics. And I count myself as one of them. Not that I give a lot. I give a $30, $40 gift card here and there. I'll donate a martini class to your organization. I rarely say no. I say yes to people who politically I'd block my ears and didn't have to listen to you. But you come and you ask, and because being a part of a community, loving a city, loving a community means you give back to that community. You don't make all of your donations to political campaigns. That doesn't really do much except enrich the politicians. You give back to your community. But I will let you know, I will still continue to give. Just so you know, I will continue to give. If you want to promote your event here on Inside Lowell, I will continue to allow you to promote your event Inside Lowell. Because you hate me, you hate people who think like me, and I get it. But when you need the money, when you come out with your little empty Dunkin' Donuts cup, the high-class Dunkin' Donuts cup, you come to us, don't you? You want my platform, don't you? Right? And I know, have I ever said no? Have I ever said no to one of your organizations? Have the people that you wanted to criticize from last night, do they ever say no to your organizations? They give money. But I will tell you, as I continue to give, I will remind you of it, though. I'll remind you of your social media posts. So when you come to me looking to help a kid, help somebody in recovery, help a homeless person, I will continue to give because that's what you do. But I will remind you that the person giving is somebody you don't like because of politics. So you can still post your events on my Inside Lowell calendar. I'll still give you podcast time with me or anybody else. But I will start calling you out because I was embarrassed for the organizations and for the, you know how you feel secondhand shame for people and organizations?
Totally.
That's how I felt when I started hearing about some of these organizations and quite frankly, some of these politicians who also were feeding into this. When they booked Lee Bryce, nobody even knew who Bad Bunny was. I guarantee you only a handful of people in Lowell knew who Bad Bunny was when Lee Bryce was booked for this concert. Mm-hmm. And when you make the arrangements, you don't cancel them because he then hurt your feelings by doing a show with Kid Rock in early February, okay? Again, start loving your city, start loving your community more than you hate other people's politics. It will make you a better person, and it might actually help you later on in life. And if not, I'm going to keep calling you out. All right, that's it for me being cranky for the day.
Say, that was like slam poetry.
It's been building for a couple of months. It's been building for a couple of months. By the way, anyone who got there at the reception, along with your photo of Lee Bryce, You got this nice little thing. It was designed by All
a
Sports.
coin.
Mike Kunzler was one of the fundraising
Oh, is it a
committee
coin?
folks. It's a coin. 200th anniversary of Lowell, the bicentennial, and on the back,
Aw,
Let
the
you keep it?
250th
I'm trying to
anniversary.
get it. You see me?
Everybody there got it. I think Belvedere Barbie left hers behind last night.
Oh, come on, coins are tradable.
But that thing is really cool, right?
Yeah, you can trade
nice.
those. Those are awesome.
It was a first class event.
Yeah.
And it was attended
sorry, I
by
didn't
believe it was.
It was attended by first class people, not political
I
activists who
wanted
just
to
hate
go
their
real
life.
bad. I was sad I couldn't. I had to work.
You could have come in. I would have snuck you in.
No, I had to work. The time didn't.
I
even
didn't.
work.
I didn't know anything
Call in
about
sick.
it.
Nobody would have
No,
known until they watched this
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
No,
But anyway, congratulations to everybody who put that bicentennial celebration together. And by the way, a year full of events that hopefully some of you will attend and will actually benefit your organizations because they're running events that they're going to give the money to charities as well. It was a blast. It was very well done. Thank you to Steve Panagiotakis, Sheila Mahoney, and Mike Kunzler. And yes, to City Manager Tom Golden for picking those three who raised about $750,000 and probably still counting to celebrate Lowell's 200th anniversary all year
That's
round.
fantastic.
Yeah, you know, they didn't go to the people who give $5 to Bernie Sanders and AOC. They went to the people who actually support a community, not the deadbeats, not the panhandlers with their empty Dunkin' Donuts cups.
Also, I didn't know it was wrong to like market your business and to do things, putting your business foot forward. Maybe Lee Bryce just went to, the Charlie Kirk thing because it's a business deal and they cut him a fat check. You ever think of that?
Yeah,
I mean, and same thing for this show. Maybe they cut him a fat check and business is business. You ever think of that? Ever?
By the way, Lee Bryce did not sit there and had he known Riley ahead
I mean,
of time,
I like Lee Bryce regardless.
he might have posed for that photo, but Lee Bryce didn't pose with me or the other 100 people or so who posed
I like
for
how
photos
happy
with
Riley is. Her head's
she-
leaning in.
So yeah, she was suddenly,
It's like the
I like his music too. My parents listen to Lee Bryce. Like I actually grew up listening.
he's
to him.
really popular. And
is.
by the way, the free seats, the cheap seats as they call them, up in the balcony, almost completely full with
Oh, wonderful. That
makes me happy.
of
Good.
people just having a really good
Yeah,
time and a
yeah.
lot of young people.
But
And it was
that's what
just
country
fun.
music's like
Yeah.
supposed to be,
Yeah.
which I think is probably what they were going for. It's supposed to be like upbeat, happy, like carefree environment, you know?
Or you got dumped, so you write about it. A lot of songs about drinking. And,
Yeah, exactly. But that's like the environment of a
Yeah.
country concert too. It's like very fun. Sorry.
It was
You know
just
what
a
I
good
mean?
time.
Exactly.
It really was. And by the way, again, I don't like Bruce Springsteen. I don't know. He sounds like he's constipated and he's trying to pass one. Or, whether it's a kidney stone or
green door
or a
slam.
long gone.
Mary's just waiting.
If they book Bad Bunny as a bicentennial celebration, I'll go because it's an international
Well, also,
star.
why wouldn't you want to go if something's for your city and there's a cool artist, regardless of who it is, who is headlined? Period. It's like an opportunity to see them in your city.
Because you hate
No,
your
I know.
political
but
enemy
But I don't hate
more than
you.
you love your city. And I would venture to say you probably,
Yeah.
if you hate people based on politics that much,
Well, I think
you
that
probably
you're,
hate yourself
you're
a little
mental,
bit.
You're playing with a full deck if that's the
I think-
case. You
look,
hate people because of
Leslie
politics.
and I, we love each other. And
Yeah.
She wants to wring my neck. and there are times I'm not sure I'd wring her neck, but I'd
It
throw
should go
something at her.
deeper than that, and humanity is lost if that's the case.
But seriously, I just had to put that up because I read one too many Facebook posts from the righteous who think they're better than everybody, and they'll all be proud of themselves tomorrow with their No Kings rally and whatnot. Yay, good for you. You want to talk about kings? Can you please arrange a No Kings rally about the legislature not passing the audit that 80% of us voted for and support? Yeah, can we at least do a No Kings rally about the kings on Beacon Hill, and then once we
not a bad
overthrow
idea.
that king, then we can get to Washington D.C. and overthrow
That's
the
not
other
a bad
one.
idea because the people voted for it.
They never think of that though. They want it's not really kings. Again, they hate more than they love,
Right.
and so they.
Well, what I
they
hate
are.
is you can disagree with someone, then you have a personal agenda against them. Like let's get them.
Well, no,
It's called
Well,
a job.
it's a weird thing.
That stuff I hate.
Exactly. It's where like disagreeing becomes like now I have a newfound hatred for you.
I'm gonna personally try
But
to
like,
get you.
I disagree with so many people, but I don't like start like not respecting.
What are
them
we gonna throw
anymore. I'm
down?
like, what the heck?
It's
That is the
ridiculous.
weirdest thing
Yeah.
Again,
I've ever come across.
To me, it's more of an indication of them than
It always is,
anything else.
Kenny.
But
No, absolutely.
all I know is you're still going to come to me to promote your things, or maybe you won't, and that's okay with
Or
me
they're
too.
going to pretend like this never happened.
Well, that's happened before. You get over it.
But I promise the next time you ask me for something, I'm going to remind you about certain Facebook posts where you generalized without realizing sometimes the people I'm generalizing against might be the people that you ask for help.
Yeah.
I promise I won't say no, but I will just remind you, just so you know that I know.
Sometimes it's important to feel shame.
Exactly. And maybe they'll realize what's going on. Hey, we can let's do away with Lee Bryce's photo because I think I've triggered enough people for now. Go back to our
Nice photo,
It's a
though,
great
regardless.
It's a great photo.
It's a great
Yeah,
photo,
and they
yeah.
got my good side too.
I'm only joking around.
They got my good side, the one where my stomach only looks about 12 inches. Which is protruding instead of the 18 that
Was
I
it a Greek Independence
Your
Day?
Lululemon jacket. It's
Yeah.
so slay.
No, this was yesterday.
No,
Little
I'm,
herringbone.
oh,
Thank you.
sorry, I was talking to Leslie.
Enjoy herringbone.
You
Feel
got to
that.
talk to the
Seriously.
audience. Talk to the
Feel
audience.
that.
I know.
Herringbone.
Text us 978-PULSE-IN 978-785-7346, and our friends at Shaw Farm will deliver your feedback straight from your digital device right to our show. We got some more feedback, fabulous Lynn.
Yes, from their family farm to your family table, fresh, local, and delivered with care. Sign up at shawfarm.com. Batch says, hey, Batch, I love you. Given Lindsay's hatred to all things dairy, I don't hate dairy as a whole. Come on. Maybe
You're a
Planet...
vegan.
Oh, no, I'm not. Don't spread that. Maybe Planet Oat or Chobani Oat Milk can give the next text line sponsor. Too bad your old sponsor is moving on. Are they?
I don't know. We're still talking to our friends at Shaw Farm, but we are talking to many other folks out there as well. We're booming. We're booming here. I got people who just advertised like a month ago who want to up their package because they're getting results. So yeah, we're
great.
so much more on that. What else do we
He
have?
said, oh, I thought they dropped you.
No, not yet, Batch. We're working on it. We're working on it, Batch.
Keylong Deep says, I'm going to read this one for sure because I see Taylor Swift somewhere in this, and so I'm reading it.
Oh yes, Taylor Swift. All things Taylor Swift. Could they bring Taylor Swift for the bicentennial? Do you think she'd do it?
Oh, she would absolutely do it because she's not weird like that, and also she loves celebrating stuff like that. But I can't imagine, like, how do you get in touch with someone like that?
Well, I hope she doesn't bring Travis Kelce because I think he's a Trumper.
He is.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh.
But also, she's
She
not, and
loves
she
him, right?
loves him, so people be normal.
Wow. Love is greater than hate. And that's what these people keep telling me. Love trumps hate. Well,
Yes.
why don't you live your life that way? Anyway, I got really
He's-
cranky
yeah.
thanks to
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's my job.
Last night was the iHeartRadio Annual Music Awards show. Yes, it was. Here are a few highlights from the event. First and foremost, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were at the award ceremony. The first time both of them were seen together at an award show. Yes, that's true. Taylor Swift won 7 awards, most notably Best Pop Album for Life of a Showgirl, Artist of the Year Award, and for Pop Song of the Year for her song The Fate of Ophelia.
Oh, the Ophelia song was the prize winner.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's her biggest song of her career, period.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, that's saying something because
That is
she's,
saying
again,
something.
not necessarily my
But she
cup of tea,
keeps
but I get
outdoing
it.
herself.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true.
I'm
Her
like,
next,
damn,
her
how do you
next
keep doing
album
it?
or
Her
whatever.
bangs last night, her hair was on point.
I loved it.
Oh, I
Didn't
loved it.
look
It was like, I don't know how to explain it,
Yeah,
but
it
it
was
was
like smooth.
gorgeous.
Try,
Yeah.
try to emulate it, Leslie, next time you're on.
I did. I was with a mascot. I had a half bang. I grew the half bang.
5 of 7 awards she won were presented by Alyssa Liu. Oh, yeah, who represented Team USA at the recent Winter Olympic Games.
Was she the figure skater?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
and Taylor Swift was the one who did her...
her song, her entry introduction
yeah, what do you call it,
feature,
the
whatever.
intro thing
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
her? Yeah, like the voiceover
Okay.
for her. Sabrina Carpenter won Pop Artist of the Year Award. Last but not least is Morgan Wallen won Country Artist of the Year Award. Oh, wow, I didn't know that actually
All right.
about Morgan Wallen.
All right, can we talk about this for a second? One of my pet peeves with these award shows. I feel like they really like fix the voting just so somebody can get a little something.
No, these are fan voted.
This is fan voted.
Not like there's a bunch of, higher power people sitting behind chairs and
Okay.
voting like diversity ways, or you know what I mean? Like that's where I feel like it goes a lot these
Yeah.
days.
All right.
No hate. This is all strictly fan voted.
So Taylor Swift got screwed then. So Taylor Swift won Best Pop Album, so
She
the best collection of music.
Yep.
Artist of the Year, meaning
Yeah.
she was the best artist of the year, and Pop Song of the Year.
Yeah, and
she's the best
4 others.
pop artist, best album, and best song. And Sabrina Carpenter won the Pop Artist of the Year award. Isn't Taylor Swift a pop artist?
Yeah, but you have to remember, like,
So they created a little category for the people who wouldn't win anything because of Taylor
I
Swift.
think Taylor Swift could have been in that category. I don't know,
Right.
but more people might have just voted for Sabrina Carpenter over Taylor Swift.
Okay.
I don't know.
So Taylor Swift was the overall artist of the year, but maybe people figured
Artist of the Year from iHeartRadio, that was granted to Taylor Swift.
Okay,
Yes.
maybe people figured.
But
that,
for specific pop artists, it was
okay,
given
I got.
to
Okay, so
Sabrina.
maybe people I always thought Taylor Swift's genre was pop. She's not a rapper.
She is a pop artist.
Would she be
currently.
considered
but
country?
she also but she
Because then we
technically
wouldn't want her low.
she dips into all of those categories. She's had albums in almost every genre that I can. I mean, besides rap, obviously. But you know what I mean.
Who is Morgan Wallen? We don't want him in Lowell though, or her. Is it a he or her?
That is a he.
Morgan
That's
is a he,
country
okay.
singer. He sings. You would definitely know his music if you heard.
Would
it.
I?
Yes.
Sing a song for me.
I won't sing it.
I sing.
Yeah, you sing it.
No, I don't know him. I know.
But you definitely, if you heard it, you would know it. He's like a country artist, but I would definitely like.
He's crossed over into pop.
Pop line.
Like I would say, like pop country could totally be like a mix of his as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll start listening to country.
Yeah,
and
we're
really
gonna have to
listen.
get in the
I need a 10-gallon hat and some cowboy boots to boot.
I think
I'm going to Nashville in a few weeks.
I think country music's pretty good. Like Kenny Chesney's a great country
Please wear a
artist. Tim
10-gallon
McGraw,
hat.
he was just put into the country music hall of
I
fame.
mean, I listened to Shania Twain.
Yeah.
That's a little
Carrie
that's more
Underwood.
Twain country. Like
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood.
Sang
It's-
the national anthem.
I consider
You'll
it
hate her
pop,
too.
but it's if it's country, it's country.
Ridiculous.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the opening acts last night, a lady belted out a Dolly Parton Jolene.
Oh,
really?
That's my
Oh, man,
favorite.
this woman had pipes, and she told a story before she sang that song. She told the story of she's got like 150 stitches in her arm.
Okay.
She fell and impaled herself with an ironing board.
Oh,
Which
okay.
now
Wait, and she still performed.
she still
Good for
performed.
her.
Yeah,
Wow.
she wore a long sleeve shirt, thankfully. To hide that. She was dressed in black and covered. But can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
How do you impale yourself with an ironing board? What are you
Aren't
using
they
for
flat?
an ironing board? They're flat, and the edge does point out a little, but it's not.
No, it's
Yeah,
good.
but that's not sharp.
It's got to be during
Yeah,
the
like,
setup.
what does she use? Like a sword for an ironing
If you
board?
don't have the rubber footy on the metal bar, I think it's the upside down.
Well, I'm saying
okay.
maybe the underneath, like if
Yes.
it's old, it might be
so maybe
sharp.
she
You guys
had
are
it
thinking
turned
of the
upside down.
stuff.
Yeah,
It's got to be the mechanics underneath.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
think to myself, how did she impale
I think her
herself?
little rubber foot came off that metal.
But
run.
she must have like pulled it down and then
And
it
it-
scraped her. But that's
Okay.
still like.
Or it could have been in a
abrasive.
cupboard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
and
you
it
hit
fell
her.
down. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, and she moved out of the way so it wouldn't.
Or
be
you know the
like
ones that like come down, like
Yeah.
some people have
Yeah.
them, like it could have came down and like whacked
It
her arm.
happens.
Maybe it was at the hotel room while she was touring.
We're lucky if she was.
Who knows? Yeah, now she can.
I know money. Yeah.
But I was wondering, how does one impale themselves
Wait,
with an
I want
ironing
you to
board?
look at the shop on line.
The texture from the 781.
Yeah.
6-7. we need a random 6-7 in there as well. Hey, I do want to before we get to some other stuff, if we ever get to some other stuff, I do want to give a quick little update to a story that we told you about here on Inside Lowell earlier this week in a podcast, and that was a few of our nearly innocent people who are getting deported. I'm trying to figure out what nearly innocent means. But I do think one thing we can all agree on is somebody that's been arraigned 15 times and convicted on second-degree homicide is not nearly innocent. They probably shouldn't be around. But I did get a little bit more information about this fine, upstanding gentleman. Let me get rid of that Lee Bryce photo again. It keeps popping up.
Can't stop looking at it.
Sunil Kumar Sharma. A criminal illegal alien, said the story. I hope the student newspapers don't have to apologize about calling him an
Thank
illegal
goodness.
alien.
Country. They must have arranged marriage because that guy. Hello.
How else would he get it? He wouldn't get.
He's a looker.
Yeah, I bet you Lee Bryce wouldn't hit on his wife.
Got a pair of Manson lamps over there.
But Sunil Kumar Sharma, we brought you this story,
Okay.
was arrested by ICE in Lowell
Okay.
on March 9th. Sharma's criminal history includes 15 adult arraignments since he entered the United States, including a previous conviction of homicide in the second degree.
Okay.
Now, one of the things I asked was, I'd been trying to talk to the Lowell police, I'd been trying to talk to ICE.
Yeah.
Hey, can we know what these 15 arraignments were? Did they happen in Lowell? Did the murder happen
But
in Lowell?
an
or whatever?
arraignment is simply an accusation.
Correct.
But the conviction,
The conviction was what's
a different
telling.
animal.
So we didn't get any thank you, my law enforcement friends, for giving me absolutely no information.
Yeah.
But what I was able to find out from the Inside Lowell Solicitors Department.
Okay.
That we, by the way, unlike the city council, we have full faith in the Inside Lowell Solicitor
do.
Department because they deliver.
Yeah.
You know, the Cali Llama, Shandog, and everybody else who comes to us, they deliver. So we found out a little information about Sunil Kumar Sharma. I don't want to misidentify the poor folk. But he was arrested in Woburn so what happened is he got arrested in Woburn in October of 2025 for a crime committed in Lowell.
Okay.
A domestic assault and battery.
Okay.
It turns out. So he was returned to Lowell and then remanded to the court system and the prisons.
Yep.
But we got some court documents about Mr. Sharma. First of all, here is his criminal case. So you can see this is where we got the documents here. And it was filed in October.
Closed.
October 22nd, jibes with when I was told he was arrested in Woburn and brought to face charges in Lowell District Court. Judge Coffey was the judge who oversaw his case. So by the way, I got to give props to Judge Coffey because as you will see in a second here, who is Sunil Sharma?
Charges disposed. Okay.
So on
dismissed.
On March 9th, the case against him was dismissed because lack of prosecution.
So
now let me just back up for a second here.
Okay.
He was held, if you notice in October, he was held and it was clearly noted on his, I think the highlighting came from our solicitor's office here at Inside Lowell.
Okay.
I think it highlighted, it said parole warrant and ICE detainer.
Okay.
So every step of the way, Judge Coffey knew this dude was wanted.
Yeah.
And Judge Coffey was also well aware of Sunil Sharma's second degree homicide charge where he killed a man in a Chinatown in Boston restaurant in 1996.
In a restaurant?
In Chinatown. He was involved
So he's
in the
out
murder.
and adjudicated?
He somehow he's in the country illegally. He somehow got out. By the way, one of the funny things, the murder that he was charged and convicted on, second degree homicide, happened in 1996. At some point in 1997, during court proceedings, his attorney asked not only for permission for him to travel to India.
Oh, okay.
So the man's wanted on second degree homicide. He's facing trial. His attorney says, can we allow him to travel to India? Oh, and give him some money.
No.
They asked for $2,500 to pay for airfare and to cover trip expenses.
And
I believe the judge gave him the middle finger as best the judge can do.
That's ridiculous. What a waste of time for the court.
But anyway, this is 1996. That he was convicted, so he did his time. What's the going punishment for second degree homicide?
Well, he'd be on parole. He'd be on parole 10 years.
Yeah. But he then commits domestic assault and battery.
Okay.
Here in Lowell, Massachusetts.
So if it's within that parole frame, he goes right to jail.
Yeah. And that's why he got arrested and ostensibly. But what gets interesting is if you look at the end here, we'll do away with the October and November dockets and look at March, you see the case was
lack of prosecution
in March for lack of prosecution.
Well, that's got to do with Myra Dolan.
Now,
not taking the cases. The appointed attorneys aren't taking the cases.
So normally, my mind said. By the way, Lindsay, if you have to leave us, which you do, you may leave us. Thank you. I'll take the pulse line.
Goodbye, everyone. You're wonderful.
Thank you so much for being here. But here's the interesting part. So you notice case dismissed on March 9th.
Yeah.
The witness doesn't come forward.
Lack of prosecution.
And it is dismissed.
Yeah.
What else happened on March 9th? Let's transpose this to the top.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
He was apprehended by ICE.
Yeah.
In Lowell, Massachusetts.
Okay. The only thing I have is ICE should have gone to Lowell PD and asked for a courtesy.
So they either went to Lowell PD or went to the court system. Judge Coffey, who said, yeah, we'll release this guy, knowing that ICE was in the building. And this guy was finally, once and for all, gone from the United States of America. Because if you look at the past documents, they knew. Judge Coffey knew this guy's history, but he held him for October, November, December, January, February, almost 4 full months. He held this guy.
Well, he couldn't make bail
without bail.
Without bail.
On dangerousness charges. Because
and flight risk.
He was a flight risk and whatnot. And when the time came, they struck. They released him because of no witnesses, no prosecution, right into the waiting arms of ICE. So what I want to say is, congratulations. Despite intense political pressure to protect people like 𝐋𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐞 𝐁𝐨𝐝-𝐙, the people in Massachusetts, our court systems, Judge Coffey, our the sheriff's office, Lowell police, to whatever degree they were involved with it, said, this guy doesn't belong walking around the streets. And his second-degree homicide conviction and the prison time and the parole time didn't apparently teach him that violence is not good, because now he's going around beating up a woman or a girlfriend or whoever.
Right.
And they said, you know what? F him. We don't want him on the streets of our city.
Right.
So that's how the system is supposed to work. Because if you release 𝐋𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐞 𝐁𝐨𝐝, you drop the charges, it's not on his record because he hasn't been convicted of anything. And B, he's back on your street. Beating women, raping children, murdering people, or whatever. If you know you've got a bad seed and you just turn him over, let law enforcement do its job in the courtroom, they're not out on your streets, not in the community.
So he's illegal. What do we do with him?
This is how it works. Well, hopefully get him the F out of here.
So he's going to get his trip to India after all?
Maybe he gets his trip to India and hopefully doesn't get back here. I would maybe think a third-party nation might be good for him.
Oh, jeez.
Find another place where he may not have family. But isn't that the way the system's supposed to work, folks? If you take bad seeds and take them off the street in Lowell, and you do it in the courtroom instead of in a neighborhood.
Oh, it was done judiciously.
In a Dunkin' Donuts or wherever these other arrests happen. Then the public isn't at risk. There's no fear from innocent people or innocent school children that they're going to get picked up on the streets. If you end up in a court, now you probably have to live in a little bit of fear. But that's how the system's supposed to work, Leslie.
I would have chosen the Sheriff's Department over ICE. Sheriff's Department is exceptional at getting and apprehending felons and wanted people. So I would have done that. I'm not a fan of ICE, you know that.
I know you're not. But if you're going to get him out of the country,
it's the training.
You have to go to, you have to at least turn him over to ICE, which then turns him over to
I worked out of New Bedford,
Customs and Border.
I worked Drug Task Force with the DA out of New Bedford for a year. And every time I brought someone in that was not a naturalized citizen that did not speak English, the first call I made was to it wasn't called ICE. What was it called? I can't even remember now.
Well, CFB, Customs and
Customs.
CBP, Customs Border Patrol.
Because New Bedford's a water town. It's shipping,
port of
loading.
Entry,
It's big, and a lot of Colombians had moved there, and there were a lot of drugs, cocaine specifically back in the 90s when I was there. So I went, and every time there was a question, I would bring someone in, and because I don't know from nothing, and I don't want them back out there. So I did use them, but I didn't. They were brought in by me, accepted by me. I allowed them into my case, that kind of a thing. Instead of just coming unannounced and ripping people off the street, it's a little unsettling.
Correct.
It just is. But there's ways to do it that you can get along.
And that's the overall point I'm trying to make. As we're fighting over whether a roofer who's just on his way to work in a ladder truck or a van should be getting arrested, I agree. Can we leave these people alone?
Yeah, that's one.
But if you're fighting for 𝐋𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐞 𝐁𝐨𝐝 and the likes of him and child rapists and murderers and whatnot, then it's hard for me to sympathize with you. But in this particular case, The system worked as it should. A clearly bad seed was taken off
Yeah,
the
it sounds
streets
like
of
it went
Lowell,
textbook.
Massachusetts, and this wouldn't have happened in other places, because there are other places where politically, either the local police department, the sheriff's department,
Yeah.
or the presiding judge
Yeah.
would say, I know what's going to happen. This dude's going to get deported, and I don't want him deported, so I'm just going to let him back out onto the streets
Right.
to offend again. Here in Lowell, it worked. Lowell District Court.
Yep.
Judge Coffey
Yep.
did something that every judge should be doing, getting dangerous people off
That's
the
right.
streets.
But in mass, for the past 6 months, ICE was not using the court system, and they were just leaving people. They'd shoot them and leave them on the street. You know, it was just
ICE
getting
was
a little
shooting people
crazy.
in the streets of
Well,
Lowell?
up in
Oh, and it's...
up in the tundra.
Well, but again,
But you know what I mean.
But the people that ICE was trying to apprehend when those two people ended up getting shot,
Yeah.
the two protesters,
By unqualified ICE guys.
were out in the streets. Had the Minneapolis court system done what Judge Coffey did, now you would have had Alex Preddy still alive
the
and this
problem.
woman still alive. They still would have been protesting, but these dangerous apples would have been taken off of the streets of Minneapolis.
Unfortunately, we have a right to speedy trial in this country, but the attorneys and the court system itself, it's a 2-year process. You get this, you get canceled and reassigned, canceled, reassigned to a different date, and it just lags on. But the attorney makes the money, which is great. But it's a 2-year.
It's always the money. Follow the money.
Follow the money. But I want to be adjudicated within 60 days. I mean, you know what occurred. Why does it take 2 years to get to the microphone? You know, it shouldn't. You just give you a plea right away, guilty or not guilty. And the Commonwealth will always come in not guilty for you. Always. No one
Generally,
ever
yeah.
gets up there and says guilty. They will intercede and say, well, we're going to put not guilty for now and we'll work it out later. But if I did something like an OUI or something like that, God forbid, I would just be a guilty. You know, I wouldn't try to take a deal if I had done something egregious. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of people are looking for a free ride to Pakistan.
Well, Miss 𝐶 𝐸𝐞 might be getting his
I
free
think
flight
he might.
back to India. All I say is good riddance. He's off the streets of Lowell. It worked.
It did
I know
work.
it'll upset some of you. Some of you who didn't like Lee Bryce being in Lowell probably don't like the fact that 𝐶 𝐸𝐞 is no longer on the streets of Lowell either, because, you know, we're a city of second-degree homicide.
Protectors. Jesus, can you imagine?
I do want to get your thoughts, Leslie, on the Moscow Mule.
Yes, I do enjoy them.
You watched our podcast yesterday, our True Crime, The Mind of a Murderer
I watched a
podcast.
part of it, but I do enjoy Moscow Mule. And a woman did kill her husband with it.
So we talked about that
I know that
yesterday's
case.
podcast with Lindsay Kay, the Utah wife. Her and her husband had clearly been having
wrote a book
marital
about
strife. That she had been cheating on him. He had been cheating on her. They'd gone to divorce attorneys for whatever reason. They had 3 kids. They stayed together. She tried to poison him apparently on Valentine's Day with a sandwich.
That's
The moron gets suspicious. I shouldn't say the moron. He's now dead. So
you should go
he's
with your
lost his
instincts,
life.
man.
But he changed his life insurance policy because he was a little suspicious of his wife.
That's a flag.
Because she made him a sandwich that made him deathly ill, but he survived it.
Mayonnaise.
And this was on Valentine's. I don't know. What did she do?
Arsenic. A little arsenic for salt.
Honey, the salt isn't blending into the...
Why is it yellow?
Well, I think apparently fentanyl was her poison
Yes,
of
it
choice
was.
because she gave him 5 times the lethal dosage of fentanyl.
Yeah.
But so this guy on Valentine's Day, he doesn't, instead of getting a little something, something, he got a lot of something, something in his sandwich, almost dies. Sticks around, but he's suspicious enough that he changes his life insurance policy and tells his family that they are now the beneficiaries.
Yes.
So in March, here comes, instead of bringing him a sandwich, she decides she's going to make him a Moscow Mule.
Which is yellow in color. It's delicious.
But you can't even see it because if done right, it's
in a
served in
copper
a
mug.
copper mug. That,
Yes.
What preserves the coldness or the taste? Is that the Moscow Mule is making a comeback. I was talking about that with
I
Lindsay
have
Kay
4 glasses,
yesterday. Everybody's now drinking Moscow
They're
Mules,
delicious.
old fashions. It's like my old ties. If I keep them long enough, they'll come back. And
Pawtucket Social Club was the best place you could get a Moscow Mule.
You were hard pressed to find them. Now they're on every high end restaurant has a Moscow Mule.
I have 4 cups ready.
On it. So you're one of those who steals the cups too. Don't serve her Moscow Mules in a plastic cup, or she will steal your copper mug. But Can we talk a little bit about this guy? And I feel he's a murder victim. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
But man,
I mean, the fact was pounding him on the head with the sandwich.
Darwin's survival of the fittest. His theory of evolution and the survival of the fittest. That might be coming into play here. The guy, he felt the woman's cheating on you. You're cheating on her.
Yeah.
She's making you a sandwich.
Yeah.
Alarm bell number
I'm
one.
gonna contemplate. I say that a lot. Go make me a sandwich. And I'm starting to worry about what's going in my sanguine.
If Rob's making you a sandwich, start to
when
worry.
your noise man, go make me a sandwich. No.
But he almost dies from that, and he knows it. He's suspicious.
What a hoagie.
And then she brings him a Moscow Mule. So my question is, did she say, try this new cocktail, it's really good, and he drank it? Or is he a regular Moscow Mule drinker?
That's a great question.
Okay, well, this is sick,
That takes
right?
preparation because you need that copper cup.
This is, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that points to a little bit of premeditation, Teddy.
But again, a guy Moscow Mule drinker, I'm thinking survival of the fittest. Charles Darwin may have been onto something.
Oh, he certainly was. What's the name of that bird? I forget what it is. But yeah, the one that can swim.
The dodo?
The dodo! The dodo!
Anyway.
Speaking of dodo.
What do you got?
Nothing. I'm thinking of me.
You had a story you wanted to share with us.
Which I forget.
We forget now. We sidetracked you.
Completely, and it turns up anyway. No one's interested in my story.
Wasn't it a school story or something you had for us?
I do that in the
shared a
beginning.
school story, but you had
School story. I know how to get to the ladies' room. Go right to the top.
So yeah, it's right. Do you recognize Mr.
I did.
Piatto walking the halls now?
Yeah, I saw.
Did you
Yes,
laugh about it?
I do, but I hid really quick. I went through a door.
Did he see the podcast where we?
No, I hope not. I certainly hope not. But I was walking down the hall the other day and I heard, hey. And I don't normally like to admit I answer to the word
You answered
hey.
a hey.
So I just go like this and I turn around and it was Han. So it was actually a good hey. Because I was like, what did I do now? I can't get out of this school without getting into trouble.
You know who else always answers to the word hey?
Hey, you.
Karen Reed.
Why the long face?
And she says, oh yeah, yes, I'm hungry, yes.
I'll see you in 3.
All right. So, anyway, all right. I'm going to do one last check of the Shaw Farm Pulse line. Keelong Deep says, according to iHeartRadio website, Alex Warren or Morgan Wallen? Oh, Alex Warren, not Morgan Wallen. Alex Warren, Benson Boone. Now that's a country dude's name. Benson Boone. If I'm going to be a country star or a porno star, I'm going to call myself Benson Boone. Sabrina Carpenter, Tate McRae, and Taylor Swift were the nominees for Pop Artist of the Year.
I'm sorry.
All right. So again, Taylor Swift.
Tate is the name.
The artist of the year with the song of the year and the album of the year can't win Pop Artist of the Year award.
It happened.
Who are these brain surgeons who are voting for?
It happened at the Oscars really quickly. Barbra Streisand directed that Prince of Tides. And everybody got nominated, but the director of the movie. And Billy Crystal was doing the opening. He goes, what, this movie direct itself? You know what I mean? Because
Crystal was a great host, by the way. Crystal was a great host of the Academy
Absolutely.
Awards.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I don't know. What are you going to do?
Well, Leslie Boder, as always.
Thanks, everyone.
Great to have you here.
Thanks,
Lindsay, the fabulous Lindsay and her empty chair. Always great to have you here as well. She was with us earlier. If you're watching this podcast now, go back and watch the full show. She was there. Sorry if I offended a few people out there, but, you really do got to grow up. But I'll still give to your organizations. I promise I will support you because that's what we do here at Inside Lowell. That's what we do here in our community. Fun times for all. Great week here on the Daily Pulse. Great week at Inside Lowell. It's not over yet. News headlines breaking every day. We're there for you. We don't take the weekends off. We'll have Nutter's Notes on Sunday. Lord knows what else. Or Nutty Notes, as Councilor McDonough called them, which was great. Nutty Notes I like. Also the Daily Repulse, as Tim Collins told us, who I want to get on the show. I want to put Tim Collins on a Daily Repulse.
That'd be awesome. That's a great name.
Batch loved that name.
Yeah.
We've had a fun week. Next week, bigger and better. It keeps getting better each and every week here on Inside Lowell and on the Daily Pulse, the show that keeps its finger on the pulse of Lowell and the world around it. Till then, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Have yourselves a fabulous time, whatever your plans entail, even if it entails country music or Bad Bunny. I hope you have a great time.
Sí, señor.
Stay safe, and we will see you on the other side.